Hello everybody, it is Sunday evening as you're watching this, Sunday evening the 5th of May and just gone 7:30 p.m. I hope you've all had a great weekend. I am, as we speak, on my way back from my US and Mexico trip, and I will be arriving back in Australia this week. So that's pretty exciting. But that means a number of things. First of all, this is the last pre-recording that I'll be doing, and I'll be back to live videos again from Tuesday this week. The other thing is that my little incentive that I've had running while I've been away is also coming to an end, and that is anyone in Australia who orders with me during this period before the 7th of May when I return home. If you order before then and you place an order of $60 or more, you will receive from me a little inspiration pack. And you're thinking, what in the heck is an inspiration pack? It is a little package of a couple of handmade cards, 2 or 3, probably 3 handmade cards, and a little souvenir that I picked up for you guys in Mexico. So there you go. That's a bit of fun. I can't wait to share all my trip with you. You've probably seen a few photos popping up here and there. It's very weird when I'm recording. I'm actually recording this the night before I leave. I'm leaving first thing tomorrow morning at the crack of dawn, before the crack of dawn. And this is kind of the last thing I'm doing before I go. So bag is almost packed. Then I just have this video to do. I was hoping to get my swaps finished before I left, and I didn't quite make it. So I'm going to have to package them up and just take them how they are and finish them either on the plane or when I get to the other end or something. So that's how it's going to be. Can't do everything, right? All right, so let's get over to the desk, and we are now in new catalogue world because the 1st of May saw, whoops, I've got a cable. I just need to get rid of that. Give me a second. Little technical issue there. This catalogue went live on the 1st of May. So if you're in Australia and you have one of these and you don't have one of these, if you don't have a demonstrator, please feel free to contact me. Like I said, I'm back on Tuesday and everything kind of resets and starts again. So once I get back. But this is a really, really cool catalogue. I have had a number of people tell me that they think it looks like an outdoor furniture catalogue or, a lawn furniture catalogue, that kind of thing. So, but it is actually, if you look closely, a group of women crafting outdoors, which actually looks like a very nice thing to do, doesn't it? There's a cut and emboss machine on the table here. There's a stamp set in this girl's hand. This girl is holding, I think she's holding a card. This girl's got a blend marker in her hand. And they've got some yummy snacks and bits and pieces. So they're having a lovely afternoon together, or morning, or whatever it might be. Actually, it probably is an early evening because there's lights on above them. So it's very pretty though, isn't it? So a lot of people said, well, what's the point? It doesn't really tell us much about crafting, that front cover. But what it does tell us is a bit about gathering, okay? Because that is the point. The point is this is about gathering, getting together. And there's a lot of power when people get together to create. It creates beautiful friendships, and it creates wonderful, wonderful memories and great times to be had, because there's something very special about using that creative part of your brain. And that's why we do this, right? So that's our new catalogue. And now that it is live, I'm actually allowed to show you the inside. I thought today I would quickly give you a little tour of right at the back here, there is a menu or an index. Okay, an index just inside pages 140 and 141. And this is probably the easiest way to find your way around. When I first got the catalogue, because it's so different to our regular catalogues, I wasn't quite sure what to do and where to start. So the first thing I did was I sat down with a cuppa and I went from one end to the other. I started at the beginning, and you can see it starts at the very beginning on page 5 with step-by-step crafting, because it's aimed at all levels of crafters, but particularly focused on new crafters, so that they can pick up a catalogue like this and not be overwhelmed. So it starts with the kind of beginner kind of stuff and goes through, some very basic like kits. Kits are fabulous when you're starting out. So it talks about the kits collection. And then as you go through, it then goes into quick and easy options. So things like, all the basics. What are you going to need when you're getting started? Fantastic. It's a really great idea, right? And then we also have our mix and match stuff, ephemera packs. These are new. We haven't had these before. They're like die cut shapes. I like this one with all the words on. Fantastic for scrapbooking. Really, really great if you're a scrapbooker. So really, really cool stuff. and it keeps going through. And as you go through, and now it starts talking about putting colors together, color families and how they work. There is fantastic little, and you're going to see me using these, fantastic card sketches that you can use when you're creating your cards. So you're going to see me using these, and this is something I have in my plan. Okay, then as we continue, we've got just some basic stamps. So they've suggested if you're starting out, you know, maybe a greeting set and some simple words and maybe some simple images. So that's what that's about. And then your memories and more, which is like for scrapbookers as well. So then it starts moving up. Okay, so creativity your ways for people who've got a little bit more skill or knowledge and they've been doing this for a while, and then they're going to be more interested in more all-inclusive projects and products that actually lead them into different techniques and different ideas. And the catalogue even has a whole series of pages, you know, like metallic magic, all about metallic techniques, things like that. Going this way, you know, your ribbon page, your embellishment page, we've got watercolor techniques. So there's a lot of emphasis on techniques. And as you guys know, I love my techniques. Okay, so there is something in here for everyone. I think it's really, really clever what they've done. They've really focused on different people's needs and what, okay, if you were a new crafter, what would you be looking for? And that's what that first section of the book is all about. I think it's very, very clever. I really love it. But the menu, or sorry, I keep calling it a menu, the index, which is 140 and 141, gives you a little bit of an overview. So if you're looking for something, this is your best place to come to find what you're looking for. So for example, if I was looking for the new In Color Designer Series paper this year, I would go through his dies, embossing folders, tells me what page they're on, and here I get to paper and packaging. This is on page 140. And if you get cards and envelopes, cardstock, and then designer series paper, this is what I want. And the very first thing is the 2023 to 2025 in color stuff and the 2024 to 2026 in color stuff. Okay, and it tells me it's on page 98. So let's go have a look at page 98 and see what we can see there. So instead of the papers this time being all in their own section, they've spread them, and you'll notice the numbers are all over the place. They've spread them throughout the catalogue. So that makes it probably a little different to usual, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get our heads around this pretty quickly. So down here you can see the designs that are on the paper this year. There's a leaf and flower pattern, some stripes, and then we have got like a little geometric pattern and then a very small like dots on the back. This is this year's paper. So I have already purchased some of this and I absolutely love it. So you can see here are the leaf designs. So this color is pretty in pink, and on the back of that one we've got the stripes. Okay, then we have the dots. See the little dots there, and then on the back of that one you have that little geometric kind of pattern. So that's pretty in pink. Okay, there are 4 of each particular design. Okay, and then we have peach pie. Okay, peach pie is the next color, and that goes on for a number of pages. Then we have shy shamrock. Shy shamrock is a very fun color. I like it a lot at the moment. That one and Summer Splash are my 2 favorites, but probably no one's surprised because I love my blues and greens, girls. All right, then I have Petunia Pop, which is a pinky purpley color. It's gorgeous. And last one is the Summer Splash, which is more of an aqua. Okay, and if you're wondering how different it is different. The Shy Shamrock, this is definitely more green, and this is definitely more aqua, got a bit more blue in it. So this one is closer to Coastal Cabana than any other color that we have in our current range. So they're still different. It's a bit darker, but it does give you a really great overview of what these colors are like. So I'm going to pull out a couple of the colors. So there's a Petunia Pop. I'm going to try and cut ones I've already cut previously. There's the Peach Pie. What have I got here? Let's see, where is my pretty in pink? Oh, maybe I don't have a piece of that. Oh no, here it is. It's next to here. And Summer Splash. There's my 5 pages, 5 pieces. All right, so I'm just going to pull all those out, and I'm going to make just a bit of a collage with these. So I'm going to keep it pretty simple. And actually, I'm going to start with, let me see, where did I put it? Here it is. Okay, this is a card I made recently. You might have seen this one. This one has I used just the leaf designs, but I did all the 5 colors, and I think it turned out rather nice. Very, very simple, but doesn't it look great just against the white? White looks great with these beautiful fresh colors. Now I've actually cut myself a rectangle from the perennial postage dies. Now these are in our current catalog, but in the mini catalog that has just retired. I've got to talk in the past tense. But it's going to be in the new catalog as well. So you'll see that it is in the new catalog if you go looking for it. It's called Perennial Postage Dies. Super nice, all right? And I'm actually going to work on this piece here, and I'm going to be cutting these up, and I'm going to use, actually I'm wondering, for some of these, I might actually be better off, maybe I'll use the dots one on a couple of these because I like the dots. I think they're rather nice. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to make 3-inch squares. So, sorry, 3 centimeter squares, not 3-inch. So I'm going to put this in at the 3 centimeter mark, or about 1 1/4 if you were doing it in inches. 1 1/4 inches. It's 1 1/4 is slightly more than 3 centimeters, but that's okay. Close enough. It's still going to work for this card. And I'm going to have one of those. And then I'm going to have some pretty and pink leaves because that's rather nice. 3 centimeters. So I'm going to be cutting them all the same size. And I'm going to try and choose different designs as we go through. So this is that one we've done. The pecan pie, let's do some stripes for that one. And go 3 centimeters again. Now, I have to use one color twice. The question is, which one? All right. Will I go with this one? Actually, I'm going to go with... This is the one I like the least, but I still think it's pretty. So will I use that? Or I'm going to use... I like the boldness of the dots. I think they're a bit brighter because the color is more solid. There's less white. Okay. Let's pop that there. All right, so coming up to this one, well, I've only got one leaf pattern, so maybe I'll do another one. And then I've got to decide which color I want to do twice. You know what? I think I'll go Summer Splash because it's my favorite, but I'm not going to do this pattern. I'm going to use, is that the Summer Splash? Yes. Yes. So I'm going to use this one, and I think I'll go the stripes because I only have one of those so far. So we have 2 of each design and 1 of each color, except we have 2 of the Summer Splash. There we go. Like that. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to arrange these on here. And I can decide which way. Now, I don't really want the same patterns together, and I don't really want the 2 Summer Splashes together. So I might move that one down here, this one up here. Well, then I've got 2 of those. So I'm going to have to move them around. It's a little bit of a puzzle, isn't it? Oh, can I do it? Let's try that one there and that one there. There we go. There we go. So those colors, there's no patterns next to each other now. So I can put these flat and put them down with, you know, Tombow or something like that. That would work. I'm going to arrange them so they're all the same distance apart, like this. Now they're a little bit high, not quite high enough at the top, so I'll stretch them out up there. Or I can put these on dimensionals. I have done this card before and put it on dimensionals, but I'm kind of leaning towards doing it flat today. So I'm actually going to move that out a little bit. The other thing I can do is I can have some of these stripes going the other way. That might look good, actually. Let's arrange it. I've got going through my head all the things I need to pack before I go to bed tonight. Actually getting pretty close. I'm not that far away. All right. Okay. That's not too bad. All right. And I'm going to grab my Tombow. Now, I actually have, just when I went to use Tombow earlier, I discovered that I had pretty much totally finished one. So I'm actually going to open a new one. Good. Dropped it. And that way I don't have to worry about trying to get the Tombow out, because it's just going to come out because it's brand new. And we love that. All right. So what I'll do is I'll put my 4 pieces in place. I have it going that way. So what I want to do is have it so it's the same distance here as it is here. That looks pretty good. And while it's still wet is a good time to try and put things down pretty quickly, so that if I need to move it, I can. So that one actually needs to move a little bit further out. And that one's already stuck, so it's going to be like that now. So now I'm going to do this one down at the bottom. So I'm going to do the 4 corners first. And let's get this in the spot. How's everyone going? Are you all chatting away to each other? I hope you are, because that's always part of the fun of being here, isn't it? I'm sorry, not able to answer your questions. So now what I do is I put this one in line with these down the end, but try and put it right in the middle so it's the same distance away from both. And then last one, well, this one's going to be a stripy one. And I have the stripes going across just to make it a little bit different. All right. How good these colours look together, guys. That's the thing I love about these colours. They all look fantastic together. And I'm going to say that that's done is better than perfect. That's pretty close to where I wanted it to be. Pretty good. So let's get the lid back on this. All right. Now, I'm thinking I will grab a piece of basic white card. I've got one right here. Oh no, that's not basic white. That's the thick cardstock. Oh, I've got a basic white that's the lengthways one. Maybe we'll make a lengthways one just for fun. So this is 10.5 centimeters wide and the full length of our A4. So okay, what if you were my bone folder, where would you be hiding? Do we know? It's not a big deal. And oh, there it is. Found it. Let's pop that right there like that. And now this piece is going to go in here. Okay. You know what? That looks a bit. Oh, no, that's right. Okay, so that's going to go on here. But I didn't want the white on the white, even though it looks good. And if you put dimensionals behind it, it creates a little bit of a shadow and makes it stand out more, which is nice. But that's not what I'm going to do today. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure this and make sure it is actually the right size. It should be. Yep, it's fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of paper behind here in whichever color I like. Well, I think today I'm leaning towards the Summer Splash. That seems to be the color that I'm favoring. So I'm going to grab a piece of that. And I'm going to have this as my base piece. So it's going to be my card front. So this is going to be 14.3 by 10, which is my card front size. Now we could sponge around this in the interest of time, because I don't have much of that. I'm not going to do that tonight, but you certainly could take the time to sponge around that if you wanted to. And this is going to go right here on our base card, okay, like so. And what I am going to do is I'm still going to use dimensionals behind this piece. And I'm going to glue this one down. So let's zip all the way around here. Okay, let's grab all those out. Take the backs off. Oh. And we'll center this so it's as close to the center as I can see. That's looking nice. All right, so we've got the Summer Splash as the feature color. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of our beautiful new glitter paper or glimmer paper. It's glimmer or glitter, one or the other. And this is in all of our new ink colors. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. So we have Petunia Pop, so gorgeous. Shy Shamrock, Pretty in Pink, Summer Splash, and Pecan Pie. How beautiful. Aren't these gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go with the Summer Splash because, like I said, that seems to be the color I'm favoring today. And I'm going to grab a punch. And I think the right size, but let me check, is going to be, ooh, this might be too big. And if it is, we can always go down a size. This is my 2-inch punch. And let's see if that's too big. Oh, it might be okay. We're going to lose a bit of these colors here in the middle. But if it ends up being not right, then yeah. So I'm going to go to my scrap box, which you guys know I love to do. And I'm going to grab a banner that's going to fit across this. And I'm just looking to see what banner I will use. This one's going to be way too long. Yep, too long. I want a banner that goes across that circle. So the circle kind of pops out from behind. You won't see all of the circle, but it's going to look pretty good. And I'm looking for a small, long banner. I'm thinking what? And the set that I really love is the same one that it's called Softly Scripted. And this is a, oh, where is it? Here it is. Softly said? No, Softly Scripted. Huh. I wonder where it is. Not in alphabetical order. Oh, well, that's okay. We'll find another one if I can't find that one. So there we go. I probably should have checked that before I started. This is one of our, I'm thinking this might be good, depending on, because then it won't cover up all of these colors, so we can still see the colors coming from behind. So now I just need to find a long, skinny greeting that's going to fit really nicely on those. So what would be good? We have, I'm going through my sets here on the wall. Where did my Softly Scripted set go? I'll have to go looking for that. Never mind. We have a very nice thanks here in the Spotlight on Nature set, this one. That's really nice. And the Dear Friend, that's really nice as well. I've also got an I'm Thankful in this Autumn Leaves set that is not retiring. This is actually in the new catalogue. So, but I'm thinking let's use something new. And maybe we'll just go with a thanks because that's always useful. I'm going to pop that on a block B. And I am going to grab my Shy Shamrock colour only because it's a bit darker and I think it will stand out really nicely against all the other colours. And I'm going to ink it up. And let's pop this right here in the middle. Straight down. That's quite nice, isn't it? Very pretty font they've used for this. Right, so I'm going to pop that Now, do we think this is too big? I don't think it is, although I could try the 1 3/4 inch punch. Let me try that one, just see if it's better, and then we can make that decision. And I'll just have to put whichever one I don't use, I'll pop it back into my scrap box to be used again another time. So this one, that's how it looks, and that's how much of the paper we lose. And then this one, oh, actually, I don't mind that. It's not a huge amount different. Try one more time. I do like the bigger size, so I'm going to go with it. I'm sure some of you are not happy with that decision, but because I have to make up my own mind tonight, I'm just going to have to go with what I have. All right, let's see. Let's pop this right here in the middle. And let's pop this on here. Now, we could glue this straight down, or we can put it on dimensionals. Either is going to look fine. I'm actually thinking dimensionals might be the better one for me tonight. And I usually do 3 dimensionals behind a circle, like a triangle. 1, 2, 3. And that just seems to give it a little bit more stability. Oop, better put the thanks on correctly. All right, that's looking, is that straight? Maybe not quite. All right, excellent. Now we have these gorgeous jewels. These are beautiful. These are the shimmer jewels, although they're called shimmer gems. Sorry, 2024 to 26 shimmer gems. So these are in all these same colors, and they're just beautiful. They're very similar. In fact, they're the same type of gems as the purple shimmer gems that we had in the current catalog. Sorry, the catalog that just finished. And those are continuing. So now I get to decide which color I go with. I could go with, do I want to go with the Summer Splash again, which would look nice and tone in with everything else, but is that too much Summer Splash? Or should I go up to the darker color? No, I don't think so. I could go with the pink. I could actually, because all these colors are in here, I could actually use any of them. They'd all look good. But because I can't help myself, I'm actually going to go with the Summer Splash again. And I'm thinking that I might use the little ones, because there's bigger ones and smaller ones. And I'm thinking I'm just going to put one on each end of the banner. I think that would look rather nice. And there we go. And we have a card, guys. There we go. How did we go? That was pretty quick and easy, wasn't it? Didn't take too long at all. All right. Well, I'm going to get out of here and go finish packing. And I will be back this week live with you. So I hope you've enjoyed all these videos I put together for while I was away. And don't forget, if you have any questions, anything you need to ask, you can either ask it in the comments, or you can contact me directly through my YouTube channel. Or another option is you can go and check out my blog. You can also sign up for my newsletter on the blog. So if you go to lhiggins.blogspot.com, I have a sign up form for my newsletter. I do a weekly newsletter usually, although at the moment with being away, it's a little bit erratic. But yes, you can go and sign up for that, and then you'll know when there are special deals, when there's promotions coming up. There'll be techniques. I put videos in there. There's all sorts of cool things. So you really do want to be getting that newsletter, and it'll give you a lot of information. All right. I'm just going to switch back over to me for a second. Okay. So there's my card tonight. I hope you liked it. I think it turned out pretty cute. I love all the Summer Splash. Such a pretty color. And I hope you enjoyed chatting away to each other tonight as well. I think this has been a great way to keep this little community going while I'm gone. So, but I have to tell you, I'm very glad I'm to the end of all the pre-recording, and I'm looking forward to being back with you live really, really soon. Thanks, guys, for all your support. It means so much, and I will talk to you soon.